Yeah, this is what we do. We eat candy before the episode starts.
I need the sugar. You want me to have the sugar?
Oh my goodness.
I want me to get the sugar in my system.
All right, y'all.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Welcome to a new episode of Eating Candy with Mom. Sorry. Welcome to a new episode of Millenniacs, where we discuss current events and get different perspectives from different generations and different genders and different personalities.
Right.
Eventually, we're going to have some more personalities, you know, bring on the show. But for now, we got us, and honestly, it's just as lively if we're without. But yeah, so
What's on for the first topic today? What's going on?
the first topic is that we are now officially quarantined. Officially. Even though we were already doing it. Ohio is officially quarantined. Now, this was on the news and everything else. It followed the, order from other states to have their people actually stay inside.
Let me just say, our governor DeWine has kind of been leading out on a lot of these things. So I do believe that you're going to always have those border states that's going to be leading. The East Coast, West Coast going to move first, and then we kind of move into the Midwest. So yeah, but Governor DeWine been kind of running like a boss, really trying to keep this coronavirus from becoming a mass spread.
Yeah. Now, I know we talked about how last week we got our first official, would they be considered cases or people?
Yeah, we have, so you have, a lot of people have it. I think people walking around with it, they don't know they have it. They're finding that some people don't even have symptoms. They just might have a few body aches and then they test positive. So a lot of people walking around with it, but they don't test positive until you actually do the actual Corona-19. So people were like, Corona is on the Lysol bottle. Corona ain't new. This is a what's it called? Conspiracy theory. They've been trying to get us forever.
For a while, I had to assume, I had the assumption, yo, this is some conspiracy type shit. There's something else here. I was thinking, there's something else here.
There
but
are multiple coronas, but this is a different mutation. It's faster, it's more aggressive. So I'm hoping Lysol kill it, but it ain't on the Lysol bottle. It's not.
That is at 1%. That is not going to touch nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I don't know how to feel about it though. Quarantine. I was sick, so I was quarantined, self-quarantined, but when I went out to work, I don't see quarantine. You still got a little traffic. The stores are predominantly closed, but
we still got the grocery stores, which is still just as lit, still just as busy.
Yeah. But gas was down to $1.67.
$1.67. Yes. I got it for $1.49 the other day.
Yeah.
That's the worst best thing ever. You got nowhere to go. But you go be able to pay for gas at least.
Gas, that's true.
Yeah, but this issue has escalated. The numbers have risen, and I almost feel skyrocketed to 300,000 cases in the world right now. And
but I think that speaks to if you think about how many people have it, the percentage of people who actually die from it. I think it just becomes a matter of being
smart.
Wash your hands, keep your hands out of your T-zones. That's your eyes and your nose and your mouth. Keep your eye. Wash your hands, hand sanitizers. Clean your house. I think if anybody needed something to do during quarantine, you should start spring cleaning right now. Anything that don't mean anything to do with anything, get rid of it. The 5x5. If it's not going to matter in 5 years, finish.
That's actually what I was going to talk about next. We only 5 minutes into the episode, so It caught me off guard. She beat me to the punch, y'all. But yeah, the next subject.
No, but for real, before we go to the next subject, I know we're going to talk about what we're going to do during this time, but the actual quarantine can be a little stressful because I think this is when the economic hit is about to be massive. Because if you can't go to work because your job is not considered essential, which, I mean, it's essential to you.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So my job has told me file for unemployment, y'all. File for it if you need to. Mm-hmm. If you know, even if it don't matter in 5 years, if it's gonna matter in like 5 weeks, mm-hmm. then you should probably do that.
I heard a statistic though that 10,000 people per day are filing for unemployment. At some point, unemployment gonna be unemployed. So,
that's kind of crazy. And I have friends that are doing it right now, and so they're like, you might have to jump on the wave. And like, I don't want to call this a wave, but it kind of came that way. It came that way, and so now we have to actually do this certain things just to have money in our pockets for when this is over. So this is kind of scary, but you have to take those precautions, and we do ask that y'all take care of yourselves, make sure that y'all straight.
Yeah, and take care of the healthcare workers. If you ain't sick, stay at home.
Stay your ass at home.
Stay at home. I mean, it's kind of hard.
Find something to do.
Yeah, but what I will tell you is that I don't think everybody's taking it seriously either, because when I was out today, I work in healthcare, so I'm still working. I'm considered essential. It was still people out there, like everyday people. People out with their kids at the grocery store. Just, you would think that is just a mandated vacation. You would not think it's a true quarantine.
Now, for all of y'all joggers, running,
they're out there. It was a nice day too.
I don't blame y'all. It's warming up. This is way past the middle of March, but there is another way to get your running in. As we dive in to the next subject, which is stupid stuff to do at home.
I guess you can run in place. I don't know.
Oh, no.
Okay.
They've gotten very, very creative. Twitter loves this one in particular, where you'll take your dish detergent and pour it on the kitchen floor, then follow with some water. Grab hold of something on both sides of you and just run. Run on soap.
That's stupid. Yeah.
Run on soap.
Now that person's going to actually end up with a face plant and end up in the emergency room and then get coronavirus.
But we don't blame y'all for working out. I mean, I was
going to say, everything you watch on Facebook, everything you watch on Instagram, somebody is talking about working out at home. Do you have your work out with me for 30 minutes, work out for me? I think the gyms are going to close down when all this is over, because everybody's going to have a plan to roll out of bed and work out with Jim on Facebook.
And then somebody's going to eventually, have, which I have been waiting on somebody to do it, but, jail workouts. I have yet to see one of y'all some jail workouts in here.
I believe it's gonna come. I think it's already out there. People who are, I don't know. It's coming.
We also have your pets. There is a bunch of stuff to do with your pets. Like
the TikTok dance challenges are all over the place.
Oh yeah, the one with Wiz Khalifa and I can't think of him. He was just on.
I don't know the name, but I keep hearing.
But that one, the baby girl, give me something. Yeah. That
I just seen grandmas and grandpas doing that. Like everybody on Facebook doing that same challenge.
Ty Dolla $ign, that's what he is.
So and I know people are doing puzzles. That's kind of rich, because that goes back to mine. That's definitely an extra thing. Sitting at the house, figuring out doing a whole puzzle, and then putting some, like tape on the back so it becomes a picture for the walls.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I know people are doing puzzles this week.
Puzzles. Now I have seen people with books. Now, what they do with the books after that? Because I've seen people make dominoes out of books.
Okay.
Actually, I was fortunate enough to read one. We'll talk about that one later. But yeah, people get creative with books and stuff.
I really like the people that just get creative with the time, not just sitting in the house, just becoming a part of the furniture. I like the people
Unless they use it for hot lava on the floor challenges, the floor is lava challenges.
Oh my God.
Honestly, yes, I approve of those. Just as long as you don't hurt yourself.
Just as long as you don't hurt yourself.
Just as long.
I don't know. Some of these challenges are interesting. Some of them, I just think the biggest thing, like for real, normally I'm out of the house before 7:30. I've kind of not left the house until 8. Just get used to laying around and doing nothing and getting up late and not having to be anywhere. All of a sudden, he's going to lift this quarantine and you got to go back to work. It's going to be like...
It's going to mess everybody up. Time zone wise.
Yeah, it's going to be like a second time change for the same season. It's going to be horrible.
That's some BS. But... I mean, it's something that we do have to prepare for.
What about, and I'm not going to go too far, but I'm going to ask you because I know generationally, I think we think differently about this particular topic. What about church?
Church?
Everybody missing church.
Now, they said, and we can't have, people with 50 plus people.
No, they went from
congregation
down 50 to 100. No, 100 to 50 to now you can't congregate more than 10. So even if you had a small church, you can't come together.
Y'all might want to tell y'all pastor, show y'all pastor how to use some of them recording sites. You might need.
Yeah, but I think that your generation would be cool with laying in the bed having church. My generation might actually miss.
There's some, I don't know,
being
because there's something about actually going to the altar when you need to. There's something about getting something off you whenever you need to.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. It does hit kind of different. You can send your tithes electronically. You can watch your stuff. Online. You can watch your pastor preach online. People have done that. I know Living Word, they were doing that. They started that a while ago.
I know in our church, we can, if you miss a message, you can listen to it on the live stream later. So if you miss it, you can go back but it's still, I think it's not going to do anything for churches that are already starting to look a little deserted when people find alternative fellowshipping. You know what I'm saying? So if you look on Facebook, you can see church every Sunday.
This also helps with those churches that do need to start growing. Just getting online and being able to share the word with people that you wouldn't think. You would never think.
Yeah.
But, that still gets out. And it allows people to see,
It used to be like we used to say, come as you are. And now we're trying to evangelize, but then you have to evangelize people where they are. And
everybody just happens to be on the internet like it's Wreck-It Ralph 2.
But it's like your phone is attached to you and your phone is attached to the internet, so you're never disconnected from that source. So I guess that's the point I'm trying to make. I think for older people, it's going to be kind of detrimental to miss those. But for you guys, it might actually bring about a bloom of people paying attention to the word a little bit more. Just a thought what the quarantine is kind of affecting.
It's all a matter of how you do it. It is all a matter of how you do it. But that was a good question. It was a good one. This next one that we got is kind of like it's all over the place, but it strictly stays in entertainment.
Okay.
The incline, what the year is for so far, and so far this year has been the year of music And as you can tell from the Xbox behind me, the year of video games.
I don't do none of them.
Yeah, I know. But it's also been a decline kind of in, movies and I have here in sports for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons. But I think that, okay, I'll let you speak to video games and music. Because to me, the fact that I can stream music and I can use Pandora or something like that and choose the music that I want, I've already eliminated a lot of music. So the upkick for you might be great. For me, I'm going old school anyway. When I'm washing dishes, I want to listen to the Isley Brothers. I want to listen to Marvin Gaye.
What you mean? Wait a second.
So I'm not listening to Ty Dolla $ign. I'm not listening to Ella Mai. When I'm doing that, I'm going old school, like Saturday morning R&B, just like you smell cooking in the kitchen and you know it's time to eat. When you heard R&B in my house on a Saturday morning, you knew it was time to clean.
Breakfast time.
So it's
hey, those were the best days. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but when you have audio streaming preferences and you can choose what music you want, you kind of eliminate that. Now, movies, I think, goes back to what we were saying last time, where music is coming out so fast because you don't have as many filters. You have more control of what you put out. You can control. You can, like you said, who was that you were talking about? That you can hold music and you can release it at your leisure. You were talking about Thundercat.
Yeah.
It comes out so fast. Music is a little different than a movie, though. I need a movie to have a message and has to mean something for me to sit there for an hour and 45 minutes. It better be about something.
That's a regular runtime nowadays.
Yeah.
Regular runtime. Anything.
Star Wars is 2 hours and 3 minutes.
That was just the middle of the newest arc. Yes, I called it an arc. That's what it is. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, in the newest one, I'm pretty sure it was longer since it was the finale. Now
I will say I like the Joker movie, but that's kind of ending 19, coming into 20. That's probably the last
that was literally
movie.
Once 19 dropped. We only got like a few movies, and now we're kind of like, what's gonna happen this summer? What's gonna happen when all this is over? Some of these studios aren't able to film the last little bit of their scenes so that the inside the housework can get done, and on top of that, these crews are too big. You can't do all this operation.
But what do you think about some of the technology? Like when you needed a massive $1 million camera, you can almost do with an iPhone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I think that's just technology growing.
But does that eliminate the need for a man or the time it takes for you to make a movie? Because now I can cut.
Not nearly.
You know what I'm saying?
Not nearly, because you have what controls movies so much nowadays, unless it's just like right then and there, lighting, functionality and everything else, everything you would need for a normal movie. Special effects runs and ruins everything. We agree on that for sure, because I like some movies, and some movies definitely have some major special effects, but then the reality of it. I don't know. I think movies are challenged also because, again, if I wait long enough, it'll be on a streamed app and I can sit and watch it in my home. Now, I like movies where you can lay back and chill, but then, we live in Ohio. We're on 75 and 70. That's Bedbug Valley and Heroin Highway. So Heroin Highway. Oh,
so,
Jesus.
I'm going to sit at the house on that one.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, movies, they've become a little harder to make unless it's literally meant to be something that you have to be, or very introspective.
Right.
Yeah.
Harriet was, I know people have issues taken with the young lady who's the actress in it. She's from England, may or may not understand the whole trial and tribulation of a Harriet Tubman. But the movie was really done well. Really done well. But it was a historic movie. It wasn't space age. It wasn't special effects. Like the most special effect on there, so I think she jumped off a bridge, and you know what I'm saying? It was just real. But I think movies just don't have that reality base. And if I wait long enough, I can watch it on the couch. Now, I thought video games at some point was going to be going down. Are you telling me?
Mom. Okay, so gamers were already known for socially disbanding. Social isolation was an issue. We're gonna pick it up. Yeah. Just a moment. Thank you very much. But video games, yeah, I did say they're on an incline. This is a year for gaming.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
At what point does a gamer retire?
When they hit the grave. Or when they that'll get explicit. Too explicit. Yeah.
Maybe when they become a parent, or as a parent.
Oh, that was gonna say before that.
Right.
That.
On the way to come. Okay.
Well, actually, no. I know gamers that still are very, and yes, what I was going to say was sexual. Very still sexually active and still active online at the same time. Now,
when
it shouldn't be
work?
at the same time. Now, when do they work? Now,
if they doing all that, they can't.
okay,
When do they work?
that's the funny part. With gamers, sometimes gaming is their... No, actually, it's become more common to where most gamers are now, becoming streamers, getting better at whichever game it is, whether it is a platformer or, of course, a battle royale, first person, third person. Basically, some of the bigs like Fortnite, which is becoming a little less relevant, a little more irrelevant. Of course, Call of Duty with new Warzone, Battle Royale.
So you're telling me that people, they become paid to play?
Yes, these are streamers that get paid on multiple platforms. They can use Twitch, which is
that
where
is a
they stream.
millennial.
Yeah,
IGN
Twitch is big. Twitch is huge.
You're taking and maximizing
God.
whatever it is you're doing to the point where you're going to monetize it. Okay.
Then obviously Spotify. Not Spotify. What am I saying? That's music. We'll get to that later. Not Spotify. I meant YouTube. I've been listening to a lot of music on YouTube as well. But I get most of my gaming content from YouTube with people that play more of the Nintendo stuff like Dashie, Run JD Run, Markiplier. This is more new school because more of those people play stuff on the Switch or stuff on the PC where they have, not stream. Yeah, they actually can stream video games on their Steam account.
I'm gonna just say, this is way, way, way out of a Pac-Manners league. Because that's the part. Pac-Man,
that's the funny
Centipede.
part. That's the funny part. Because certain games like that we saw in the past, they're trying to make comebacks and stuff too. Because Pac-Man, they have a new battle royale out of nowhere.
Pac-Man and Centipede. That was me.
And then Tetris 99 became huge with not just speed runners, which are people that try to finish a game as fast as they can. That became popular in that community and in obviously a battle royale community because that game also instilled battle royale techniques where you can literally try to stack as many things as once, clear them out, and then you can add that amount to somebody else's stuff. If they don't clear it, and then people can stack on top of each other, and then it's like, oh, before you know it, you're already out.
I'm out because I'm confused with what you're saying.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, right?
What happened to the Rubik's Cube? I don't know. Okay,
it became
we can move on.
the GameCube.
Okay, so that's true. That's true. Okay, let's move on. So, music. You said music is on the rise. I say, from my perspective, good music is not on the rise. Like, I haven't had any.
What you mean? There's funk
where's the R&B?
made.
Where's the R&B?
There's
Where's the
funk being made. We ain't going.
Where? Tell me.
That far back. We're going further back. Honestly, it's actually a good, solid mix. You know,
new music
is literally emulating old music.
Okay, thank you. Remixes of old music.
Not remixes. They are emulating.
Okay.
Not that far. Now you did mention Thundercat. Thundercat, he crazy fingers. He got that Jimi Hendrix vibe with the bass.
Yeah, but Jimmy was like he wasn't R&B. He was true funk. He was really like funk.
Yeah.
Like,
Thundercat is a little more R&B too.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Jimi Hendrix is about to tear up a guitar. He's gonna really get his rock. He was fire. He wasn't
Jimmy.
Bob Marley.
Yeah.
Was more mellow. Reggae.
I feel like that's like.
We have our Marvin Gaye's. That's just real R&B.
So weird. That's so weird.
You have you have real singing. Like you hear people's
even
real
old
voice.
rock.
Yeah.
Old rock.
So you telling me that music like that is coming back?
Yes, we're going backwards, but it's the good direction.
It's a good direction. Name one artist that I need to listen to.
One artist that you need to listen to. Nah, that's a little too explicit. You gotta be careful with some of these things.
Or?
No, it's The Weeknd. The Weeknd literally just dropped an album last week, and.
What's the genre? That's the big thing. And I'll tell you the difference, because when I grew up, and millennials, we knew what genre you were in.
It was pop. It's pop. Very pop.
Exactly. But now you have people across genres, and they're just like their sex. They don't want to be identified as a specific sex. They don't want to be specific in their genre of music. I just want to play what I feel. I just want to be with who I feel like being with. Like, I wish I would just pick a card, any card, and just stay with. This is the genre of music, or this is.
But you've always told me, if you good at multiple things, don't be afraid, to expand your horizon.
I know, but then how can you be great at anything if you're just satisfied with being good at everything? Just a question. I mean, I'm not judging. I'm not judging that people want to tap into everything, and I think you should tap into as much as you, but then when you dig into that thing that's absolutely explicitly what you're supposed to give to the world, do you want it to be good or do you want it to be great?
I obviously want it to be fire.
Yeah, I don't want to see I never wanted to see Michael Jackson rap. Period.
I still wouldn't. If he was alive right now, I still wouldn't.
Listen, I never want to see Michael Jackson with booty out pants like Prince. With the guitar.
Wait, Prince rocked that?
Yeah, Prince had the booty out pants. Yes.
He had the chaps, the assless chaps.
Yes. He did. But nobody did it like Prince. And when Prince did it, people were like,
yeah, Prince is sexy.
What?
I'm
Prince
not going to cap. I don't know what he is, and he was right. I don't know what he is.
I don't think anybody really knew, but you know what I'm saying?
No pause. Y'all know too.
Like, and you know what? It was funny because in real life, I think I seen a documentary or something. Prince was like 5 feet, like short little dude. That's why he wore heels. Like, you know what I'm saying? But my point is, Prince couldn't be Michael.
And
Michael couldn't be Al Jarreau. Al Jarreau couldn't be, anybody else. They could have probably sang different genres, but they kind of fell into their groove and stayed there. I think we have a lot of artists today that have fallen into different, and I think some of it's good and some of it's like lanes. Get in your lanes.
I don't see too many mixing nowadays with genres, and I think it is heading kind of backwards, but in a positive, good direction.
I'm excited about that.
Some genres are going to start expanding where they mixed two
You created
genres
something new?
That one in particular right now, I'd say, is that metal trap. That
metal trap. That sounds very
metal trap.
Like that sound like a smash. Like
yes, but more consistent and a lot of in your face yelling without, screaming.
Okay.
Like it's on the verge, it's on the borderline of being screamo rap. It's on the verge, but it has been expanding. I don't know why, and I think it's because of the new wave of rappers that came 2016, 2017, those XXL freshmen, the XXXTentacion influence. His influence is everywhere.
But I think that, and I'm gonna kind of move on so we can take a break, but I think that speaks to the generation also, in that when I first went to school 100 years ago, it was more segregated. It was more black and then less white, and then when I got to junior high or whatever, it was a little bit more mixed, and then in high school it was still more black but then more white, but then it kind of now I think that the schools are more mixed when they fully integrated. It was beyond neighborhoods, and then people made choices to do things different. Like by the time you got to high school, you were definitely the minority, and so some of these other young cats had to experience a culture shock, and that better sometimes mean that you have to be in a different environment with different people, and so there was every culture that was kind of mixed together. And we even said that about Huber Heights. Like you couldn't do a culture comparison in Huber Heights with other people.
So I had to do a generational one.
Because whether you were white, black, Asian, mixed, whatever,
this was
everybody
for a project,
on the same thing.
This was for a project, and Huber Heights is definitely a very mixed community out here.
Very eclectic mixed community.
So I had to literally interview my aunt, Aunt Virginia. And I might even have her on the show just to kind of express some of those questions that I had before. Just do another interview with her in here, because that's a boomer.
True boomer,
that's a true
100%.
boomer. And that would probably be a very fun time to have with her. But our community is very mixed, and so I can see what you would. I mean, very, very eclectic set of people here.
Mixed relationships are more common than traditional black and white, if you would. It's just so I can see where you can have the metal trap kind of put together, because that's how we live in many parts of the world, I guess.
Doc Martens, chains that hang from your pants, and an old vintage hoodie that's ripped,
or a pair of Jordans with whatever you wearing. You want the newest, latest, freshest Jordan. That's a
type of
culture.
vibe.
Right.
Type of vibe.
Right.
But that's what I like about it now, is that with the vibe changing, people are becoming more themselves now than they've ever have. And so, but
I'm gonna say this, and I love that, and I'm excited about that, and I think it's good that it's coming out in the music. I'm still gonna listen to my old school R&B.
I ain't stopping.
But I'm not I'm not saying that I was in a car riding down the street, I wouldn't bump my head to it and listen to it. I think I have with you before. Just bump my head and kind of listen to it. Well, thank God. If it's that grunge, I probably not.
Music.
But I remember when we were in school once. I think I was in junior high school. No, elementary school. And in the lunchroom, we were able to bring in records to listen to during lunchtime. It was my first school after I moved. No, it's my second school after I moved here from Birmingham. In Birmingham, everybody looked like me. Everybody act like me. Everybody listens to the same music as me. And so everybody, when they start bringing in records, we heard some Michael Jackson, but then we heard some Pat Benatar.
Oh my
and
God.
some ZZ Top.
Oh,
It was like bang your head, and I was like, "What is that?" so we kind of got a little bit of, I guess, what you guys are finally seeing.
yeah,
Where
the
we
mix
introduced
culture.
different, yeah. Mixing some of everything.
It's nice.
It was Cyndi Lauper, that kind of.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was all over the place.
All over the place. I
It was all over
like
the
that
place.
though.
It was kind of cool.
I like that. See, that's good content, y'all. Right now we're gonna take a quick little break. I don't know if I'm gonna put a song in. I might do a beat. I might not. But stay tuned. We'll be back in a few. Yeah. Can we just take it slow? We are grown people. No one does that no more. I'm still trying to find myself. Well, on we are. I don't wanna drop the ball. I've been here before. Sting hurts like a jellyfish. No Pacifico. I stayed high to forget of a presence, oh, but she still haunts me like a ghost. Yes, you matured, but you're still the same as before. Girl, I gotta let you know that I hurt you from the start. I'm a cupid, but I don't know how to mend a broken heart. This another story of how two fell apart. One was already broken and the other truly scarred.
Baby pouty, hurt this pitter patter upon the pave. Pity party ain't jolly, you know that ain't the wave. I'm too different, and there's nothing that I can say. We too different, and there's nothing that I can save. Sweet as honey, you wanna cuddle like Teletubby, but you ain't my bunny, so multiplying is not my way. Way before, we used to have better days, but I've been gone for so long, the damn days. Just want you to know, we on separate frequencies, I'm high and you low, but you wanna take the higher road, nigga, then go. I'd rather be the one to fly the flow, cause driving just made me remember the past with my woes, all my old hoes. I'm gonna fuck up your heart and leave you just stranded. Telling you I won't be the one to take advantage. Can't even look at you, I'm out of this. One more, could you want then? I cannot reciprocate. I find that a challenge. I got lots of boundaries. We'd be out of balance. Shells, how the fuck you gonna love me way more than a nigga love himself? I gotta find myself well.
Just take it slow. We are grown people. No one does that no more. I'm still trying to find myself. Well, on we are. I don't wanna drop the ball. I've been here before. Sting hurts like a jellyfish. No Pacifico. I stayed high to forget of a presence, oh, but she still haunts me like a ghost. Yes, you matured, but you're still the same as before. Girl, I gotta let you know that I hurt you from the start. I'm a cupid, but I don't know how to mend a broken heart. This another story of how two fell apart. One was already broken and the other truly scarred. Knew that I hurt you from the start. I'm a cupid, but I don't know how to mend a broken heart. This another story of how two fell apart. One was already broken and the other truly scarred. good? Can I hear myself? Yeah, I can hear myself. Alright, y'all. Welcome back to part 2 of episode 3 of Millennial X. Now, you know what we like to do after the break. We do our word of the day!
What you got?
Alright, one of my favorites. And, you know, something that I aspire to be as I silence my phone.
Is a silence phoner. What's that? That's not a word. What's the word?
It's magnificent.
Is what?
Magnificent.
Magnificent.
No. Magnificent. I was surprised that it is 4 syllables. No. I can see now. I was surprised.
Magnificent.
Magnificent.
You might have said it like from the hood, like magnificent. Magnificent.
Sounds like
yeah.
But,
down south, magnificent. Magnificent.
This word is it means impressively beautiful, elaborate, or extravagant, or striking. It also means very good or excellent.
Yeah. That's just plain. Yeah, we want to be striking.
Striking. She likes that part for some reason.
I have a coworker, and every time I say how's when people say how's your day.
Yeah.
Most people don't really care what you say when you finish that.
It's facts though. No, because that's so true. But keep going. Keep going.
But some people actually pay attention to you when you say it. So without knowing, the same person says hello to me every day, and I'm usually like, good morning, I'm good, how are you? And I literally like listen, oh, that's great, and here, and I didn't really pay attention to the fact that I was doing anything different. Maybe the way she approached me, I literally listened to what she said. We literally had a dialogue. So a couple of weeks ago, she said hello to me, and I obviously went into one of those, fine, you, and kept moving, like didn't really hear what she said after I said you. And she'll say, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I'm good. She was like, oh, because normally you say that you're doing well and we have a dialogue, and thought maybe I had offended you or something. And I was like, no, I was just thinking. She was like,
her attention to detail is magnificent.
She said, you know what? I think whatever is going on in your head, it's not worth your time. So you should just maybe come up with something that kind of blocks that out. And I was like, what? So she gave me a couple. She was like, you can say fabulous, which is going to always stop people in their tracks, because most people don't expect when you say, hey, how you doing, that you just say, I'm fabulous. How are you? They're going to be looking at you like you got 4 heads. And the other one, she was like, amazing. Like, who comes in the door and you say, good morning, how are you this morning? Amazing.
No, first thing I'm saying, no, I feel like
like, did she have a drink on her way in?
In the morning. Okay.
It's 7 o'clock, right?
It's like, y'all got me fucked
and
up.
Look, check back at 10. It's 7:30 right now. But the one that she gave me that I did start using a little bit was magnificent. But it does stop people in your track.
I abuse that word. It just becomes second nature.
No, if you think the best, you expect the best. That's what I've always said. We learned that for those people who out there went to school in this area.
Absolutely magnificent.
I think the best, I expect the best. Whatever comes out of your mouth, she has to manifest in your life. So I'm magnificent. I just thought it was funny that you use that word today, and she uses that word with me almost every time I see her now. Magnificent. I'm like, okay, let me stop and listen to her, because she's got something to say.
That's good. Cool. Which leads to our last thing, a magnificent book. Magnificent book.
Some books are really life-changing.
Yeah. All it takes is like 5 minutes of your time.
Have you ever read a book from cover to cover and still didn't know what the purpose of the book was? Or it just didn't catch you, or it just seemed like...
It seemed empty?
Yeah.
With no meaning?
Yeah.
No, because that's most of the textbooks that I go through.
Textbooks all the time. I just turn the pages and get to what I need.
Yo, honestly, it's the best way to study. Unfortunately, but
I'm bad about that because I'm a textbook hoarder. I love to read a textbook, but I write textbooks, so it's different.
I've had to carry all of your nursing books.
But I think that's funny. That you can read a book. I've had students that read the book and didn't comprehend anything that they read out of the book. It's just mindless.
That's one of the things that people are surprisingly enough not doing or reading or paying attention to in this time of quarantine.
Yeah, I don't know who said it, that if anything you want to hide from and I'm just using the context of the quote, anything you want to hide from a black man, put it in the book. I mean, I think that's, of course, the most negative connotation you can use, but I do believe that if anything you put in a book, it's going to be hard pressed for people to find nowadays, because they think they got to Google everything.
And it's like, some of this stuff is definitely in records, and you can really look it up. And even when I was in college, we had access to all of those sources, and we did have to use them sometimes, but if we didn't, we never usually did.
It's just didn't if you didn't have to use it just sat there.
It just sat
now
there.
Here's the thing about a book that I like you just use the word magnificent. I have a story that went with magnificent, so it'll stick with me. So when I talk about my coworker and using the term it'll stick with me. I think that's what a book does. It takes a word or a concept and it kind of bleeds it out so it has a meaning for you. Now, if it doesn't have a meaning for you, it doesn't speak to you, that's probably not a book you need to read. And most often it's not a book you're going to finish. Like, you feel accomplished when you get to the last page of a book. Most people don't get to the last page of a book if it doesn't have meaning.
If it has no purpose,
right,
for making their life any better.
Yeah. The one book that I read when I was younger that made me really want to read more, and sometimes I read books and I won't watch movies because I've read the book, because the movie is somebody else's imagination of what the words meant, and that just fucks my mind up. Excuse me, because I have my own interpretation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand this fully. I know what you mean, where they ruin what was supposed to be in the book in a movie scene and it just didn't hit the same, or there was something missing.
Well, they gave a description, and in my mind I've pictured that description differently than the person who created that movie. And I'm like, that's not the way I saw that car looking in the movie, or she doesn't look anything like the person I imagined when I read the book. So usually I either choose to read the book or choose to watch the movie. I don't do mine. But one of the first books that I read, and I read from cover to cover and really tried to read and understand it, is The Color Purple. The Color Purple. And then we watched it until I knew every scene of the movie. What book have you read?
We did The Present.
The Present.
We did The Present. You gave me The Present the other day.
Yeah. The Present is a book by Spencer Johnson. He's also the author of the book and the I guess you would say the motivation behind the business model of Who Moved My Cheese. And it's basically kind of like The Present. The Present is amazing, and I'll let you tell the audience about The Present. But Who Moved My Cheese is basically about paying attention to what you have in store right now, what you're doing right now, and then being able to move and shift where things are going. Like, for example, if people kind of paid attention to where things were going with this coronavirus, they would recognize that your cheese was being moved, like my hours being reduced, and that now we're cutting back, and now these things are happening, all those are telling you that my cheese is being moved, and if I don't pay attention to it, I'm going to be without any cheese, and I'm going to have to go out and find more cheese. Or when do I need to cut it here and just go somewhere and look for other?
So I can tell like the similarities. The Present was about, being able to not only, focus on what's right in front of you and making the most on, what you can do with your time, but planning ahead so that the future is better, and learning from mistakes in the past. So I see that they take that, and they said, you see what we did? Now apply money to that.
And that's exactly
literally, they
that's
said
it.
just throw some money on it and it's game.
Yeah, but I think that's true, because the present was really good. And I think the thing says a gift that makes you happy and successful at work and in life. And I think that Who Moved My Cheese makes me, if you're in a relationship, okay, people, I wasn't going to a relationship. We got to get this thing out of here. But
I didn't do it.
We got to knock this one out of the park and get this out of here. But if you're in a relationship and you're paying attention to what's in front of you, first of all, that's where you should be paying attention. If you're paying attention to what's in front of you and you feel like what's in front of you is slowly dwindling and you have no control over it, you have to make some assessments about whether you need to invest in what's in front of you, or whether you need to. And I'm talking before marriage, because when you get married, whatever is in the cheese vault, that's is. If it's Gouda, if it's whatever cheese, whatever stinky cheese it is, you stuck with whatever stinky cheese you married to. But what I'm saying
Colby Jack.
But if it's Colby Jackson, a little mix, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, in life, you have to pay attention to what's in front of you. Is this career staying where I need to be? Am I still passionate about it? Or have I lost passion? Maybe the cheese in this area is not where I need to be. I need to be looking for some other. I'm not saying just drop this off. I'm talking about truly looking at what I have in my present and where I want to be in the future, and then make some adjustments instead of waiting for adjustments to happen to you.
Or sometimes is the cheese the point of emphasis?
Yeah, because sometimes you be focusing on cheese and you should be focusing on yourself, whether or not you even like cheese anymore. Sometimes your taste buds change. Sometimes I don't like cottage cheese anymore. You know what I'm saying?
I never liked cottage cheese.
But I'm just saying that, you go to a wine tasting, you try a different cheese, then you like, I like Gouda more than I like that.
Tasting. Oh God.
But okay, I'm making an analogy, but I'm just saying, to be honest with you, the present is about living in the moment and preparing for the future. And Who Moved My Cheese is about paying attention to what I have now and making adjustments so I don't run out before I get to the next level. And I like both of those books. Spencer Johnson is the author.
Yes, this author, he does a very great job with not only putting you into that character's perspective, but expanding your mind just as much as that character had with the present, the young boy. I honestly felt like I was the young boy in there.
Yeah.
As time has shifted and everything else, I'm starting to learn these things. The old man that was telling the young man about the present, it kind of felt like grandpa to me.
So you couldn't find somebody in your life.
Very personal, way quicker than I expected to. I teared up a little bit with this book, y'all. I'm not going front, but it does do a great job with literally instilling you into the book without even trying. So
I love too that, and I would encourage anybody to get it again. It's a little treat book. It's a short read. That's what I love about it. Sometimes you don't need 900 pages to tell a whole story. Read the Bible for that, and you should read the Bible. But this is just a short. Let's just think a little bit more introspective.
105, 106. Yeah. No, exactly 106 pages.
Yeah, and the one thing that book kind of reminds me of is
Unfuck Yourself.
Unfuck Yourself.
Unfuck Yourself.
That was a good one too.
It's a good book
about
literally
right now.
Getting out of your head and
putting in real life.
Just following through with what you intend to do, what you want to do, what that purpose might be from the present that you received. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And so that's another great one that was literally just right over 100 pages.
Yeah. The other one that I liked that was relatively short, but I think it took a little bit more time, was Do Hard Things. And I don't think he even even finished that. But I think that book was so mind blowing because I think we take advantage of the fact that we're given some blessings and we avoid doing hard things. But
I
you gotta
forgot
do hard
which coach gave us that book.
That was Becker.
Was it?
Becker gave that book to the whole team, but it was do hard things, and I mean it's just simple things that like I never thought about years ago that there wasn't teenage years. There wasn't adolescence. You went from childhood to go to work. Like you woke up one day and you end up on a Ford plant.
And I kind of wish it was kind of like that. I kind of wish it was like that, but I mean, as time grows, I think that we're going kind of backwards too. So
yeah, because now we're thinking maybe college is not the best, most appropriate choice for everyone. Maybe trade school should be. And if you think about it, some of the the CTCs, you can start getting your trade licensures in junior high school and high school.
Yeah.
So you move from adolescence or childhood into adulthood because you could be making money as an adult right out of high school. So
I'm making 6 figures.
Yeah, depending on what you go into,
immediately. It's amazing to me. So,
but that was a good book. Do hard things. Unfuck yourself.
I did like Do Hard Things for the fact that they went back and they showed you young men and women that actually did hard things. They even went as back as far as George Washington.
Generationally, you can see the difference.
Generation from just showing you how these individuals changed the nation, and so at
very young ages.
So yeah, all 3 of those books.
What was it 3? It was Do Hard Thing, Unfuck Yourself, and The Present, and Who Moved My Cheese. 4. Who Moved My Cheese.
I think that as time goes, we'll be able to expand upon these, and we might even have a series or 2 where we go in and analyze the book. Yeah. So it's just an idea, just something for right now. But
if you have a suggestion of a book, inbox, let us know, so maybe we can look at that book. It's always good to grow. While we give you what we have, we want you to give us what you have too. So send in some suggestions of some short readings. I will tell you,
intellectual minds attract, so we gonna fuck with you. So yeah, oh my god, this episode is literally at 58 minutes.
So we're going to tie it up.
It's literally,
Thank you for rocking with us for almost an hour. That's more than we normally work. So,
I'm annoying as hell, but
I think
I'm glad that y'all fuck with us.